Our journey begins on a cold winter night, heading to a known favorite campsite in the Olympic Peninsula. It didn't take long until the first obstacle presented itself. Downed trees were soon to be a common sight from the recent snow and windstorm, and thankfully that brand new chainsaw was left back home safely in the garage. Minor oversight on my part. I did, however, have a handsaw in the back, so I opted to clear the path on the easier branches, or so it seemed. Though not even 100 feet further up the trail, the real challenges appeared. Bigger trees and branches were soon spaced out every 25 yards. Clearing this with a simple handsaw would have been daunting. Without the right tools for the job, the night growing older, and the end destination not being an absolute must, I opted to turn back and find an alternative for camp. The next morning proved to be a wet one indeed, as I woke to the sound of downpour rain hitting the tent. Though this was almost drowned out by the sound of crashing ocean waves just over the bluff from where I called home for the night. This time of year is fantastic for camping, as I managed to snag a great site with an incredible view. With all the necessary rain gear on, it was time for a quick breakfast before heading off and starting the day's adventure. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to 2020. It's insane how fast last year went. My goodness. I can't even believe that I'm saying 2020. I don't know about you, but I'm still writing 2019 on a lot of forms that I'm signing, but I think everybody has that for the first few weeks. To start off this episode, I did want to do a quick little recap for end of last year. At the end of 2019, my goal was to hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. And within the final moments before the clock struck midnight, we made that goal. And with that, I wanted to say thank you to each and every one of you for all your support and all your encouragement and words of inspiration. It means the world to me seeing that our adventures and my adventures on solo trips are inspiring you guys to get out and do adventures of your own. That's incredible. That's the whole point of the channel, is to showcase that no matter where you live, no matter what equipment you have, as long as you're getting out there, that's all that matters. So the fact that we've grown that much in less than a year when I started the channel means the world to me. So thank you all again so much. But for this weekend, this is my first solo trip here in the month of January. The year's been a little busy so far, and I haven't actually got out to do overnight trips. So this weekend is changing all that. Though when I drove in last night, the weather proved to be a bit of a challenge for this weekend. I had some snowfall, lots of rain, woke up to quite a bit of it this morning. And that's okay. You know, living in the Pacific Northwest, you do have to embrace all that. But the goal for this weekend is to just revisit some favorite spots along the coast here, as well as do a little bit of recon to see if I can discover some new ones to potentially come back to this summer. So all in all, should be fun, should be a little bit wet with the rain, and I think it'll still be a great time. So stay tuned, a lot more to come. And again, thank you for all your support so far. I appreciate it. On my way out, I just happened to look up and notice a massive wingspan of a bald eagle flying overhead. There were several flying around, and I could hear the calls of communication amongst them. With a quick detour, I searched the treetops, and lo and behold, there he was. The Washington coast is truly a spectacular place. No matter the time of year, I encourage you to venture out and create memories of your own. You'll thank yourself down the road, I promise.
No worries over nickels and dimes or a 9-to-5 grind. I gotta get loose sometimes. In trouble, seeing all the signs, but it gets me high, so I take a ride. Time to get down, so get on up. If you don't know how, make it up. Let's play it loud and turn it up. You gotta go, shake it up. Time to get down, so get on up. If you don't know how, then make it up. So play it loud and turn it up. You gotta go, shake it up. Shake it up, shake it up. Shake it up, shake it up. Oh, you gotta go, shake it up. This rhythm is bringing on the heat, here to get you on your feet. So let's take it to the streets, yeah. I gotta give it, lay it on the line. You only get one life, one chance to do it right. Time to get down, so get on up. If you don't know how, make it up. Let's play it loud and turn it up. You gotta go, shake it up. Time to get down, so get on up. If you don't know how, then make it up. So play it loud and turn it up. You gotta go, shake it up.
Alright guys, welcome to Ruby Beach. This is an awesome spot about 10 minutes north of the Kalaloch campground that I stayed at last night. So super easy drive to get to if you're looking for a fun destination. I love this spot just because of the wide open area that you do have available to you. It's great in the summer if you want to bring a chair, read a book. There's even this nice stream that you can see behind me that feeds all the way into the ocean. So maybe on a hot summer day, nice place to cool off. But still, even in the middle of winter, this is an awesome spot to check out. I love visiting here, so maybe put this on your list sometime down the road. So with a large part of the day being on and off rain, I think today, now that we have Ruby Beach behind us, is going to be about exploring off the beaten path. There's nothing wrong with adventuring from inside the vehicle to stay nice and dry, but there's a lot of areas that every time I've gone out here have just simply driven past just because it wasn't in our schedule. So now that, you know, there's really not hard pressed areas where I have to be by a certain time on this weekend, I think that allows me to really open up the possibilities of exploring more off the beaten path, maybe finding new areas to potentially camp. Who knows where we'll land for that, and just seeing what else is out here. So a lot of, I think today will be primarily just adventure by vehicle and kind of staying dry until we're ready to set up camp. So let's see what we all have out here. Join me next time as the adventure continues, rediscovering locations on the Olympic Peninsula in this rain-filled journey. Until next time, safe travels.